What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another very exciting episode right here on the MIgardener channel. So we've been outside today planting up a ton of stuff, direct sowing a bunch of seed. Everything in this bin here is all seed to direct sow. There's carrots and beets and sunflowers and more radishes and other stuff like that. Just a bunch of miscellaneous seeds, okra even, that's in there as well. So those are all going in the garden as well later on. But I wanted to get out here right now to talk about planting up beans, because a lot of you have asked us about our beans, and I've got quite a huge pile here of bean seeds. Now, as you know, we are in the year of diversity, and the year of diversity basically means that we're planting one plant of each variety. So we're going to go through what we're going to plant, and then we're going to get them planted up, and that's really going to be today's episode. I just want to do these kind of sporadically, just kind of what we're doing in the garden today videos. You know, they're not really super informative, but you guys have all begged me to bring you along for when I do it. So I figured rather than upset you and do it without the camera rolling, I'll bring you guys along for it anyways. All right, so I'm just gonna go through the varieties here. I got a whole lap full. I have no clue how many I actually have because I haven't counted in the longest time. So I kind of forgot how many beans I have, but we're just gonna go through them and then I'll get them planted. But I really wanted to show you guys what we're planting because you guys all have been inboxing me. Luke, I haven't seen you plant your beans yet. I gotta see what you're planting. So that's what we're doing today, really. All right, the first one is Dwarf Tailor. It's a beautiful bicolored bean. The picture doesn't do a whole lot of justice for it, but it's actually kind of like a creamy white with some red flecks and yellow flecks in it. It's a really pretty bean. We also have the Scarlet Runner. Absolutely gorgeous bean. Really dark pods, really dark green pods, but beautiful scarlet red flowers. It's a pole bean, so that's gonna have to go somewhere else in the garden. We have the Christmas Lima bean. These are some of the largest these are some of the largest lima beans and also largest beans in general. These are absolutely huge. Check out the size of these suckers. I mean, this is just a flat, dry bean, but these suckers get absolutely huge. And there's even bigger ones in here than that, but these things are hefty. And so these are known as a Christmas lima bean. Absolutely love them, and they are going to be a beautiful dry bean. So those are more of like a soup bean. We also have here Hidatsa Red. Now this is a vining bean as well. This is a pole bean, but I absolutely love it because it's a beautiful dry bean. We're growing a lot of drying beans this year, so we can actually have some food production that's going to be put up into fall and winter, so we can have dry beans for, you know, making refried beans or bean soup or anything like that well into winter. So, because we eat a lot of that, and beans are super high in protein as well as fiber, and they're just so nutritious for you. So great things for the winter to put up. I love this bean. This is one of my favorite beans I think I picked from the ones I've never tried before. This is called Turkey Craw. It's absolutely stunning. It's so cool. And so this is another pole variety, but I just love the white flecks on the beans. It's really unique. Then I have something called Tiger's Eye. The Tiger's Eye is also another pole bean variety, but it is a snap bean. So this is where a lot of these are the drying beans. This is actually like a green bean, so that's kind of good. Get some good summer production out of it. You can also, just so everyone knows, you can take snap beans and you can dry them out and you can use them for dry beans as well. It's just their primary purpose is for fresh eating. It's a lot like peas. You know, people always ask me, well, can I grow a snap pea and use it for the peas inside? And the answer is yes, you absolutely can. Typically, snap peas and snow peas you want to eat for the pods because they're tender and they're usually less stringy, things like that. But you can absolutely use the peas inside. Same thing, vice versa. If you have a shelling pea, if you harvest it early, it's going to be tender and you can use the pods, but it's preferred to use the peas inside because the pod can get woodier. There's like a lot of overlap too in just when you harvest it and how you use it. So that's what I really like about beans as well is, you know, if I don't use, for instance, this is top crop, you know, if I let these go, they'll produce hard beans inside that, you know, that's all you're getting when you open these up. I mean, you're getting a hard bean, right? You can use those for soups, stews, just like you would any other dry bean, which is great. So it's a multi-purpose type thing. We have our favorite bean of all time. This is our Blue Lake bush bean. Cannot go wrong with the production and the flavor and just overall amazingness of that bean. Oriental Yardlong, this is another pole variety. Beautiful stringless, super long beans. Those are gonna need some support as well. We have light red kidney bean. Absolutely love these. Definitely in my probably top 3 favorite beans. We eat so many kidney beans. They're just so delicious and hearty and great in like a chili or anything like that. So definitely worth growing. We also have Good Mother Stallard. Absolutely love this variety here. This was actually native to or not native, but it was bred out in the East Coast, and that's pretty much where it's originated for most of its life until it started making its way through Seed Savers Exchange to most of the United States. And it's just such a pretty bean. I absolutely just love this bean. It's nice, deep purple with white flecks. Really can't beat that. Beautiful. We have Henderson Lima bean. Definitely one of the best lima bean varieties in my opinion. Just a really standard, delicious lima bean. Great with just a little bit of olive oil tossed in a pan with just salt and pepper. You cannot go wrong. Simple, easy, and delicious. Dragon's tongue bean, definitely a really beautiful bean. It's similar in color to Borlodi, if you've ever seen that, or also the dwarf Taylor bean. It's a creamy white bean with red streaking in it, so very beautiful there. We've got Jade bush bean, another very productive green bean. We have Keneally yellow eye bean. Really love this variety here. This is a bush bean, but it's also a dry bean. So I love that because it's a little bit of both. A lot of the drying beans are typically pole beans, but it's kind of nice to get some dry beans that are also bush beans. So we're gonna have, like I said, we're gonna have all this biodiversity packed into like 1 or 2 beds, and it's just gonna be, everything's gonna be labeled so that we know what has to dry, what has to be harvested fresh, and it's just gonna be incredible to see all of them coexisting together. This one is a Cherokee Wax. Really love these heritage variety seeds. Cherokee Wax is one that's been around for centuries, and it's just a beautiful wax bean that is so delicious when you use it with like green beans, because it's more of like a yellow wax bean. Super beautiful when you mix the yellow and the green beans together. Absolutely love doing that. This is called asparagus pea. Super cool. Asparagus peas are otherwise known as winged beans. Winged beans are something that a lot of the Asian cultures eat a lot of, but they are starting to make a resurgence over here in the United States. But these are more of a pea variety actually, but we're gonna put them with the beans because we already have a full trellis of peas. We have, and also they're known as winged beans, so they're kind of like a bean in a way. These are strike bush beans. Grow those every year, can't go wrong. We have contender bush beans. We have another one called Mayflower. This is another one that originated again, I'm careful about the use of the word originated because they all originated from somewhere other than the United States, because the beans have traveled from so many cultures and areas of the globe that where this was first recorded was actually in Massachusetts. So it's an old one. That's why they call it Mayflower. It's an East Coast variety, really old, kind of the first types of beans that were grown here by settlers. So it's got a lot of heritage to it, and it's really pretty. It's another kind of a deep red with white speckles. We also have Wick's lima bean. This is a black with white spots, a little bit smaller than the Henderson lima bean, but a beautiful. This is a beautiful bush lima bean. We have Blue Lake pole bean, a pole variety of Blue Lake, very productive, very reliable, very delicious. Royal Burgundy, these are a deep purple bush bean. They actually turn green once you cook them, and so if you got kids, let them, if they're picky, let them see the cooking process and tell them that they're magic beans. I find this is a great way to get kids to eat their vegetables when they're young. I'm never a proponent of lying to kids. I don't believe in lying to kids, but at some point, if they're not willing to eat their vegetables, but you're willing to kind of tell a little fun fib, I mean, it's just a great way to get them to eat their vegetables at the end of the day. And you can tell them that it gives them magic powers because those beans clearly changed color from purple to green. It's really cool and really fun, and the kids absolutely love it. Geneva just loves watching them cook because right before their eyes, they just turn bright green. All right, and this one is called Hidatsa Shield Figure. one of my favorite looking beans. We also have here a pencil pod wax, another yellow bean, very good, reliable yellow bean. Absolutely love those. We have cannellini bean. Cannellinis are one of our favorite dry beans. We use them so often in soups, stews. I mean, we actually also make our own hummus, and we'll mix some cannellinis in there because they just give a great creamy texture. A little fun tip for you guys if you're making your own. Speaking of making your own hummus, we also are growing garbanzo because that's a plan. We'd like to make hummus from seed. It's gonna be a fun little seed to plate video. We also have the top crop yellow. This is a bean that starts out green and turns yellow when it's ripe. Absolutely beautiful on the plant, but also delicious to eat. They're super tender, I love them. We also have midnight black turtle bean. This is one that we use for dry beans all the time. If you've ever had refried beans, black beans and rice, these are the beans to go with. They are so good, super productive, and I mean, if you could pick one black bean to grow, it'd be that one. We have black Valentine bush bean. This one is a variety that produces super late into the summer, is not affected by the summer heat, really is just an overall producer. I really, really love growing that one. So I was happy to include it in the mix this year because, like I said, we do want to grow some food for our family. We also have purple hull pea. This has been a very commonly requested one for us to not only carry in the seed store, but also to grow, because so many people want to know not only how to grow purple hull peas, but how to cook them. So this year, over on our Facebook page, we're gonna be doing a ton of garden to table recipes that you guys are gonna want to check out. So make sure you head over to our Facebook page, because one of them is going to be how to cook black-eyed peas. Or purple hull peas. Black-eyed peas was another one, but purple hull peas was, I was thinking about the band Black-Eyed Peas, but the purple hull peas has been one that we really get asked a lot to grow and cook. And then the very final one we have is a super fun one. Geneva actually picked this one out because obviously the name is Painted Pony. So you can truly have fun with these varieties as well. It's another really cool kind of a burgundy red half and half bean, and instead of it being horizontally split, it's actually vertically split. So the right side is burgundy red and the left side is bright white. It's a super cool contrast, really beautiful dry bean, and I really love it. This is actually a bush bean as well, just so you guys know. And so those are going to be a beautiful snap bean that we're going to be able to grow and just pick from the summer as well. So those are all the beans. I got to get planting, but I just wanted to go through those varieties with you guys. I'm sorry this video is so short, but like I said, if I film all this stuff, I'm actually not going to get it done. And we've got a lot of stuff happening this weekend. So more content coming at you this coming week. Stay tuned. We got so much happening in the garden. We're going to be trellising the tomatoes. We're going to be talking about direct sowing seeds. That's going to be for another episode. We're going to direct sow those seeds for a video. We're going to talk about how we intercrop our tomatoes with other crops to increase our production in our garden. We're going to talk about, oh my gosh, we're going to talk about so much stuff. We're going to talk about planting potatoes in containers, how to get free potatoes for your containers. We're going to be talking about how to keep your currants producing longer. We're going to talk about what to do when a tree dies. Yes, we had a tree die. So there's so much going on. And we're going to talk about, yeah, well, what happened? Obviously, you probably know what to do when a tree dies, but what to do when a tree dies, but you want to plant another one in its place. So we're going to do a lot of videos coming up. We just got a slam-packed schedule. So I hope you guys are enjoying these episodes. Subscribe if you're not yet already. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button, and we'll catch you all on the next episode. This is Luke from the MIgardener channel reminding you to grow big or go home. We'll catch you all later. See ya.